If you're not following the Up and Adam crew on Twitter, what are you doing? Get all the links on the Up and Adam show page on TwinCitiesNewsTalk.com.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you being so dumb?
Get your life together.
Why are you stupid? Welcome back to the show, everybody. I am Andrew Lee. Jack Tomczak is still kind of getting set up for this segment. It's a very complicated segment, apparently.
Will you be able to watch this segment in video form?
Right, exactly. We're filming this segment, so it'll be up on the Up and Adam blog later today as well.
You can find it on Facebook and Twitter, I'm sure.
And the reason we're filming it is because I look so pretty.
You did your hair so nice
I look
today.
so pretty today, so we figured it would be
beautiful. Did you get some new hair product? Because it's really working for you.
I actually did. I got some new shampoo.
That's wonderful.
I use it on the backs of my shoulders. It works really well.
Oh my god.
What?
That's the...
Wait, I need to clean up my vomit.
That's the shampoo brand you use, Backs and Shoulders.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to it. I should start.
That's what we should do. Yeah.
You should wash your back and shoulder hair.
Joining us now in studio, Stephanie Kluver from It's Just Lunch. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
Twinkle, twinkle.
She's so pretty.
Good morning, everyone.
You can use my pewter if you need to.
Thank you.
All right, what are we talking about?
We are...
That's top-notch show prep right there. That's quality.
Something to do with fools?
Yes,
Dating?
big fools, yes. So we are talking about figuring out when you're fooled. So when to dump the jerk and when to realize that, hey, this is not the right person. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
So a little play on April Fool's Day.
Nice. Right.
So we're going to honor tomorrow and talk about when to move on.
Have you guys ever dated somebody that in hindsight you're like, God, that person was a fool and this was dumb?
Absolutely.
No, but plenty of people have dated me that thought that.
Like, oh, that was a huge
I hear that
mistake.
a lot from former girlfriends. Like, oh, God, what was I doing with you?
No.
That was a horrible
I do not
decision.
believe that. Well, when you both were
I
dating...
regret that entire period of my life.
You dated Andrew Lee, right? Nope.
I was
No,
drunk
I did not.
the entire time. I have no recollection of that.
When you were both dating, there were not online dating apps.
Correct.
And that part makes it a lot harder to spot the jerks.
Just rub in my age.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. Either
That's
wasn't.
what I'm trying to do.
It wasn't around when I was dating either. And I think that people can easily create this illusion of who they really are.
Sure.
And, once you meet them in person, we have to figure out when we're being fooled.
All right. Okay.
So to spot the jerk, the first thing that I would say to look at is, don't give them the benefit of the doubt all the time. Like, oh, they're having a bad day. They're just a jerk today. People do not change.
Well, how many days of giving somebody the benefit of the doubt should you give? Because there are times when, believe it or not, I'm not exactly a nice person. And some of those times I am near my wife and she witnesses that. Had she seen that the first day she met me, we would be married. So how many...
Well, we're going to talk about red
days?
flags, but one of the big red flags that I would say is someone who's also always checking their text and not really making you a priority day after day. That's...
Another thing that Andrew and I didn't have to deal with when we were dating, because that was
texting.
Before texting, yeah.
Yes, it's big. And smartphones, where they're a constant distraction. And the right person is going to make you priority and make you the highlight of their day and not be focused on everyone else in the room.
Sorry, what was that? I was checking an email.
So let's talk about the red flags.
Okay.
So number one is actions do not match their words. So someone who might say, hey, let's do dinner tonight, or I'm going to call you, or let's hang out this weekend, and they ghost you, which is a term we've talked about. They don't show up. They don't
Jack
call.
is an expert level ghoster.
Are
Let me
you?
tell you.
Absolutely.
He could ghost out of this room right now. He wouldn't even
I
notice.
ghosted the front part of the show.
Ghosted the entire first hour of the show today.
2/3 of the first hour of the show.
Well, when you are not interested, that's a common, which I hope you're interested in your job here, Jack.
Not the first hour.
Show up.
Not the first. It's tough.
No, when you're interested in someone, you have to follow through with what you've said. And when you see someone continuing to do that, that's a jerk. You got to move on. Don't be fooled.
There you go.
Number 2 is
Good
when
advice.
they, again, this is kind of piggybacking out what we just talked about, when they don't treat you like a priority. So everyone wants to feel desired and wanted. So
Yeah,
again,
Andrew, maybe if you made me feel desired and wanted, I wouldn't ghost you in the first hour.
you have to make him feel really appreciated in his position.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
That's going to be troublesome. That's
But-
going to be tricky.
That person will make you priority in what the plans that you've made in their day-to-day check-ins. Someone's ignoring you day in, day out, and not following through with plans. A lot of women I will talk to, clients of mine will come in and they'll say, oh, I'm still kind of dating someone. Well, what does that mean? Well, we text back and forth and I see him every couple weeks. You're not dating him. So again, they come in, it's just lunch, and they're saying, okay, I want someone who's serious. I want someone who wants a relationship, and that's that next step.
Is it tough, and do people get more willing to accept bad behavior if, let's say, this is they're divorced, they're back out dating, or they've never married and they're mid-30s, like, well, it's now or never. I guess it's not great, but
I think there's
he's
some
here.
settling out there, yeah. And a lot of people that come to us haven't dated in 30 years, right? They've been married, they got married in their 20s, and now they're back into the dating world after a divorce or being widowed, and they don't know what to expect. They don't know what that level, again, the texting is new, the online dating is new. Just the whole interaction is different, and that's why we really recommend in-person meetings.
And when that person is in person, they should be focused on you.
Yes,
Yeah.
and not their phone. Yes, not their
Write that
phone, not the people in the room. I always encourage, not having TVs in the background. We've talked about this, how to be a real present dater. Speaking of restaurants, the way your dates will treat someone else.
Okay.
So when they treat other people poorly, it's a really good sign that they're a jerk.
So,
right?
if the waiter comes by and your date is focused on their phone, that's like a double whammy.
To the waiter?
Yeah.
Yes. So the way they treat staff.
And hammered, of course.
That's one of my biggest
Sign.
pet peeves with people. If you're rude to people that are trying to serve you food, trying to take good care of you, trying to make you an enjoyable experience, if you're just flat out rude to them for no reason, I generally think you're an awful person.
Totally agree.
And stupid, because don't be mean to people who
Are handling
your
things that you're going to put in your mouth.
Dumb can you be?
So you look at that woman or that man you're on a date with and really pay attention to how they're treating everyone around them.
Yeah.
How much they talk about themselves. Anyone who sits on a
I'd
date.
never talk about myself.
Jack talks about himself a lot. So that might.
I'm currently winning in the polls. All polls by a lot. Ted Cruz is way behind.
But when I give advice on what to talk about on a date, it's give and take. We have people go on dates and they get so nervous. All they do is talk about themselves, their day, their job. And you need to make sure you're asking questions and don't drill the person, don't interview, but a little back and forth.
Save that for later.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So don't get fooled. Be
Right.
smart.
Yeah. Go to itsjustlunchminneapolis.com and find Stephanie, and she can help you.
And dump the jerks.
And dump the jerks.
Dump
Don't
the
be
jerks.
fooled on April Fool's Day.
Andrew.
That includes other morning radio shows. Dump them all.
Tom Emmer in studio tomorrow. Up and at 'em.